The closer you get to the fire, the more you get burned. But that won't happen to us, 'cause it's always been a matter of trust.
That certainly sounded like Billy Joel, but it wasn't. That was the lead singer to a Billy Joel tribute band.
And now, after 14 years, MikeDelguidice is living out his fantasy. He is singing and playing acoustic guitar with the Piano Man himself. Michael is here to tell us how his rock and roll dream came true. Michael, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Is it true that at one point he thought your voice was his voice?
Yeah, I think he was backstage somewhere. I forget where it was, and somebody said, he said, "Well, were you guys listening to me?" And he's like, and I said, "No." They told him it was me, and he was like, "Get out of here." He goes, "That's my voice. I know my voice," And so, yeah.
Well, how crazy is this story? I mean, you just came back from a tour of the UK with Billy Joel. You played, New Year's Eve in Brooklyn with him?
Barclays, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and not long ago, you were just in a tribute band.
Yeah, I'm still in a tribute band. This has been such a fantasy and such a blessing, such a, a miracle to
So
me.
let's go back. How did it happen?
A lot of the guys that play with Billy have played with me throughout the years in the band, in Big Shot. So when they're off the road with Billy, they play with me a little bit, and I got some help from some guys, guys that look out for you, and they give you, look out for you. Tommy Burns, David Rosenthal, music director for Billy Joel's band. They helped, and I got the call to do rehearsals. So he was doing rehearsals at the Paramount. And they needed kind of like a stunt double to come in when he wasn't going to be at rehearsals. So I did the rehearsals, and then 2 days later, he showed up at the rehearsals, and I thought I was going to kind of just, be off that day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was being asked, do you have a passport? Do you have whatever? And I was like, what is going on?
So tell me, how did it feel the first time you went on stage with him after all of this?
It's unbelievable. I've been watching him my whole life. He's my idol. I'm watching him my whole life, and all the guys in his band. I mean, Mark Rivera, Crystal Taliaferro, all the people that I've watched him play with, I'm playing with, and it's one of the most crazy experiences in the world.
Did
to sit on stage.
Billy Joel himself ask you to join the band?
Yes.
So how did that conversation go?
Well, we were 2 days into the rehearsals, and that was the day that they showed up, and they said, "Do you have a passport?" And I kind of knew something was in the works, but I didn't know what it was. And we did one set. He walked into the room during lunch, and he was just like, he's peeking his way through the room, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Billy Joel, it's Billy,
Sure.
So, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" Really, really, really kind, And he said, "So you know the stuff on guitars? We're gonna, do some stuff, some acoustic stuff." I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So before you know it, I'm doing rehearsal with him. I'm out there. I got a microphone, and rehearsal gets done, and he says, I need to talk to Mike. I need to talk to Mike." I was like, oh my God. Nerves are shot at that point,
What did he say?
He pulls me back and he goes, "What do you think? Can I, I know you're busy with the band. I don't want to, mess anything up for you. Can I get you, I'd like to get you out on the road in the UK. Is that, is that possible?" I was like, I can't say on the air what I said. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So it was an amazing, amazing moment.
I know a lot of tribute bands are out there that love the acts that they pay tribute to, but there's none that now have the connection that you have. MikeDelguidice, thanks so much for being here this morning. It's a great story.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
It's been great.
Coming